Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology horoscope for Tuesday, July 9th, 2013. I am astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, everybody hit me up about Jupiter and Cancer, this big grand trine after the webinar. So I am doing a special reading that I'm going to book for the next 2 weeks, because it is my birthday in the next 2 weeks, about this grand trine. It's called the Grand Trine Jupiter and Cancer Personal Reading. It is going to be a special that I'm running for 2 weeks only about your chart and what we can do to find out what this Grand Trine is all about, what this portal is opening up for yourself, and what Jupiter is for the next year, because Jupiter's here for a year, and I'm sure you've been feeling the new energy in the last couple of weeks. And this is going to be here for another year. So what does this all mean for you and your chart? So check it out, inclusiveastrology.com, if you want to find out or book for the next 2 weeks only for this powerful new reading. Now we have a lot to talk about because the moon comes into Leo today, and the Leo King loves the moon in Leo. But more importantly, we have got Mercury and the sun in a perfect conjunction. The whole reason we have Mercury retrograde is for Mercury to come back and hit the sun. That's what it's about. If you really want to know about Mercury retrograde, which this is kind of a lesson and a horoscope, is if our mind were to just keep going, we would go crazy. Trust me, we all have crazy little minds. Some of us more than others. Big time. But when Mercury comes back, it allows our minds to retreat, to re-clarify, to rethink, and more importantly, when it passes the sun like this, there's an aha moment today. There's a, yes, this is what I'm looking for in my life, and especially because we're looking for a lot in our feelings and how we feel and these new energies from the past and all this energy coming back, especially as this grand trine's forming, this portal's opening, this very water, very mystical, like spiritual but emotional, and bringing up your past of what your feelings were when you felt good, and maybe for some people it's bad. But more importantly, with the moon in Leo today, and with all this happening, we are re-clarifying so much of this new Saturn Scorpio energy and this Leo energy that we're starting to feel, which is important because Saturn just went direct yesterday in Scorpio, bringing us into our truth, really anchoring us into harboring our passions and making sure there's no BS basically in our life anymore. But more importantly, this moon in Leo squares Saturn today. So what this does is give us the first taste of what Saturn direct again in Scorpio is about. And what Scorpio is showing all this moon in Leo is hey, in order to have fun, in order to feel great, in order to be shining bright, you gotta live in your passions, your truth. That's what Leo learns from Scorpio. Leo all day long wants to be like, oh, happy fun, yeah, I love it, Leo King, have a great time. But what it has to learn from the other fixed signs is, hey, in order to have fun, you need to be living in passion, you gotta be in truth. If you're living in a lie, how is that easy to be fun in? And you know, Leo thinks about that from Scorpio, like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's not gonna be fun having sex with something that doesn't reach you to the peak, right? Same thing goes with today. It's like, guess what? In order to feel great, in order to love yourself, in order to shine bright, you really have to, number one, be living in your passions. Number two, this is important because the South Node and the North Node are in Scorpio. It's so funny with the South Node and Taurus. What Taurus teaches Leo is, hey, you gotta have the money, you gotta have the things in order to have fun. Now Leo would normally say, no, you can have fun no matter what. And I think that's what's hard about Leo is, you know what? It is a lot easier to have fun when you have the money, or you have the possessions, or you have what it takes, that value inside. The other thing is Scorpio, the truth, no more lies, a passion, a true connection. And without these two areas, it's poor Leo is like, and I'm saying this because Venus now is coming to start squaring the nodes. And in order for our relationships to have love, for our true values to have love, we need to see and start to weigh out and start to look around and go, holy crap, well, I'm gonna need this in my life, and I'm definitely gonna need these emotions and these passions and these connections. And it's both the outer, the inner, how do you get all this stuff to work out? Well, a lot of it has to do with our feelings now. In order for us to be in the right place, we need to feel comfortable in our life. We need to make sure that we are starting to feel the way we want to in our life. And this comes with living in our truth. That's what this Grand Trine energy is. Living in your truth that is guided by Spirit. Spirit is guiding you to live in your truth. It's all over the place. The signs are very inward now that Neptune is retrograde. You know inside, the universe isn't putting as many outer details. It still is, believe me, I had a couple crazy things yesterday where I'm like, oh my gosh, Thank you, God. You're just giving me the answers right here. But it's within now that you have to totally register with this. You have to be, yep. It's our inside that is learning right now to really process what are the signs, what is our deep truth, and more importantly, now that Jupiter's in Cancer, there's these overwhelming feelings from our past, our childhood, our family, our comfort zones, all this energy, especially the past. That's what Cancer represents a lot of, is the past. The past coming back. I mean, I was in Lake Havasu, where I used to go my whole life, where I hadn't been in 4 years, and every feeling came back in my life of why I love it so much. Why aren't I out here all the time? Why aren't I getting 120-degree heat every day like I used to? It just dawned on me. And for you in your life, this is what it's about. It's about you connecting back to your past, you connecting back to those emotions. And now with the moon in Leo today, in order to have fun, in order to love yourself, in order to feel fiery and passionate and wonderful and great, you gotta live in your truth. And with Saturn now direct, you can't even mess with this anymore. Saturn is hardcore, mother effers, hardcore. You can't mess with Saturn. You can't mess with that, and especially in Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio and Saturn love to hang out because you know why? They enforce some heavy rules, some heavy boundaries. And with a portal opening, the portal, part of the ticket to the portal is, are you living in your truth? Are you walking in with the energy, the connections, the people, the resources, and everything that you've gotten in your life that is in your truth, that's not based off a lie or fake or bullshit or fake? We'll do F-A-K-E. It's around everywhere, and that ticket doesn't let you in. Counterfeit. You know what? This is today to find out if you are living a counterfeit life in order to have fun. That fake smile and all that stuff, that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to move forward into a better way, because if it's counterfeit, you're basically screwed. So start to think about that today. Are you living in counterfeit energy, or are you living in your truth? Because the sun, which is setting right now, burns bright because it's living in its truth. It has the resources, it has the connections. And well, Aquarius, it has the really powerful connections to the one, right? But it's amazing in the fixed energy, as we're going to start to feel this with cardinal energy, that this isn't about endings anymore. This is about beginnings and maintaining these new beginnings. This isn't about changing. It's about new beginnings. It's not about endings. It's about new beginnings. That's what I meant to say. New beginnings, which start with passions lit up in the heart, but more importantly, the reclarification, the aha today of the feelings, the past, the energies of what you truly need to connect with in order to know how you feel, what's secure in yourself, and to start to become clear of why we're feeling the way we do and start to enter this portal. So if you want to also get deeper into your chart, check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, for this new reading. It's up there. It's called The Grand Trine, Jupiter in Cancer Personal Reading. Thank you guys so much. And if you're going to be at Lightning in a Bottle, I'll be there Saturday at 6 p.m. doing my big speech about tits and astrology. Hope you guys are doing so wonderful, and I will see you tomorrow.